Alright guys, got it put together. Check it out. Man, it looks
so aggressive. What's up guys, and welcome to another day at the Car Wars YouTube channel. So today we got some big moves going on with the GTR. So what we're going to be doing is Peter's going to be installing the new hood. We're going to try to test fit that. This is the OEM hood. We got an aftermarket hood, and if we get far enough, we're going to try putting on the new front bumper, the wide body front bumper. And while Peter's going to be doing that, I'm actually going to be installing the rear diffuser. So I got to assemble the whole rear diffuser, put it all together with all the pieces. So we got a good bit of work that we got to do right now. So we're just going to get right on it. Alright, so we ran into a little problem. So that little center is actually dropping through. Okay.
Collapsed during shipping.
It got collapsed or something. See how the hood, it bends. When you open the hood and close it, it rests on the body right here. Well, on the structural part of it. And it kind of bends the hood, and we kind of don't like that. Right here under, this is supposed to be kind of like a structural part of it. But right there, you can see it unglued. So we're gonna be drilling holes and screws into the hood right here, trying to make it get structural again, and then we'll glue it later. So we're creating work for ourselves, but we're gonna try to straighten out this hood. That way we don't have the flimsiness.
Alright, so we got it to pick up back there. It's not touching anymore, but pretty much right now when I close the hood, it's resting on the engine. Like, I think during shipping, the way they packaged it, it kind of fell through and it lost its strength. So it's flopping right now. It's sitting on the engine. So what we got to do is figure out a way to pick it up, like the center part, pick it up and get it to stay like that. Fix it, like have it stay. So we got an idea. It should work. I guess let's just do it. Never done it before. So I got 3-inch screws going through the hood, holding it in the position that I need it. Like this needs to be kind of like bowed so it clears the engine. This is my little frame that I built, and it's making it be in the shape it needs to be. And underneath, bolts so it doesn't break through. So somehow I need to figure out how to get this to stay like this without the 2x4s, because I think the 2x4s are really gonna throw people off if I drive it like this. Okay, so it's laying upside down on that frame. What I'm gonna do right now is like rough all this up and then maybe cut this in some places so the pressure is released, and just fiberglass this up, and hopefully it'll hold the shape that we want it to hold.
Alright, Peter, so let our viewers know what just happened.
So the hood has braces right now.
Yeah.
Pretty much what happened, it's braced right now. It's got 3-inch screws going around to form the shape. And
Self-tappers
it's been fiberglass. So we're gonna let it dry. Gotta leave it overnight. And hopefully it sticks when we take the screws out.
So we're just gonna let it sit, let it harden, and then we're gonna have to deal with the rest of it. But we'll get that figured out. So
nothing to it.
Yeah, and we wanted to put it back on the car so it takes the shape that it needs. That's why it's back on here, but we don't want none of that fiberglass on our hood. So yeah, we're just gonna let it sit overnight and get back to it. All right, so it has been a few days since we put that fiberglass resin on the hood. Peter, tell us what's gonna be going on right now.
Pretty much we're gonna take off the braces and hopefully it sticks. We want it to fall back a little bit, just a little bit, but hopefully it stays the way we intended it to. So I'm gonna unscrew it and then cut the 3-inch screws. I'm gonna cut them off with a grinder, but that last one, I'm just gonna unscrew it and we're gonna pull it off and see what it looks like.
Dang, that is nice.
It's got some
aerodynamical features right here. Look at all these self-tappers, 3-inch drywall screws. I mean, all that stuff's gonna have to come out, but
3-inch, I'm pretty sure those are like 2x4 screws.
2x4 screws. But look at that hood. This is the most important thing. We got that hood, that curvature, yeah.
It used to drop down and lay on that cowl piece or whatever it's called. There's like a rubber strip that goes around, but now there's gonna be just enough room for that rubber piece to go back in.
And then and it's not laying on the motor. I don't know if we showed it last time, but it was literally laying down onto the motor. We really didn't like it, and there was a flat spot right in the center right here. This whole area was flat.
Like it was made in China or something.
Yeah, like it was made in China, but dang, that's sturdy. That is good stuff. So when we're gonna be doing a $180, it's not gonna cave in.
Oh yeah. So finally it's back in its shape and we can move on and start putting on the front bumper and the headlights.
We will knock that down, guys, don't worry. All that is still gonna come out.
Yeah.
This is just, we need to fit all the body parts on and then the body work is gonna begin. So this hood's pretty much fitted on right there. That's how it's gonna sit. All right, guys, so what I got here is the gauge cluster. As some of you may know, they have a problem with the LEDs burning out and the lights not working in the back. So I went ahead and bought some new LEDs, if this is gonna focus. And I mean, these things are so tiny. So I went and got me one of these magnifying glasses with the light and some stuff and soldering iron wherever it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to tackle this myself. We do have guys locally that kind of work on this stuff and they can resolder the lights. So I'm gonna try to tackle it myself. If it's worth the time, I'll do it. But if not, I might just drop it off to them. But there's 30 LEDs. I think like half of them are burnt out. So I'm gonna get right on this, take this all apart, see how much are burnt out, and just go from there. Okay, so what we gotta do now is bench test, see which ones are dead, and then we will know which ones we have to replace. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 16, 17, 18, 19. We got 19 LEDs that are out. Alright guys, so after messing with that gauge cluster for like an hour, well, with taking it apart and trying to take this. Okay, this is a LED. 4 prongs on each LED. after messing with it for a while, I decided to just go ahead and take it to the guys locally, and they said they're gonna take care of it, so hopefully they should have it ready in a few days for us. Alright, so what I'm gonna be doing is assembling this rear diffuser. This is that little underbelly part right here, and it's part of the diffuser. And then all we have is a bunch of little pieces. What they provide us with is these little angles, and they're made out of fiberglass, but man, we do not like how weak they are. They're so flimsy feeling. So you're supposed to use it to attach these little pieces, diffuser pieces, to it, stuff like that. We really didn't like it, so we went ahead and went to a hardware store and got ourselves some aluminum angles. So we're gonna replace these with some aluminum angles. That way it's gonna be way more sturdier. It's gonna look more professional. I mean, it's gonna be way harder. And this is kind of actually what we already test fitted. So we're gonna use these instead of the fiberglass junk, because it's not even a 90-degree angle really on some of them, and we just really didn't like it.
It's bigger, it's uglier.
Bigger, uglier. So we'll
paint these afterwards.
Yeah, we're gonna make it look real good. So I mean, we're gonna replace this hardware. We're not gonna use these. Probably gonna use those, maybe change the washers. We're gonna make it look good. So I'm gonna start assembling it together right now, and then just mock it up to the car.
Alright, so got the rear diffuser, well at least the bottom part assembled. This is what it looks like, and I'll put it up on the car right now. Alright, got that piece installed. Wow, it sticks out a little bit, it looks kind of crazy, but it looks really cool, really aggressive. Now I gotta figure out how to do the rest. There's like a few more pieces going here, but that's what that looks like, and it's actually on there pretty good. It's not flimsy. It's on there pretty good. Alright, so let me tell you guys what is going on with the rear diffuser. Pretty much I was installing it and then got to this piece, this corner side right here, and I had to stop because we need the exhaust installed, because this part right here is actually supposed to fit or be adjusted to the tips. So whatever size the tips are, I need to know that in order to properly fit that piece, and then it goes here. I mean, pretty much we need the exhaust installed before I can go on. So what's gonna happen, we're gonna pull all this off, install the exhaust, and then put it back on and continue with this stuff, and then we'll be done with the rear diffuser.
Alright guys, so we got the exhaust here and we're gonna check it out. We got some goodies.
Actually, well, we have to open it to install it. It's been opened before.
Yeah.
It actually came in a while ago. It's been sitting here. But boom.
Look at that. Brand spanking new. Those tips are huge.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, we got the burnt tip. Has just some protective film on it.
Man, I want to look at them, but I mean, they're burnt
Look how
tips.
that is huge.
Is that bigger than stock?
I don't know. I know the stock ones are actually a pretty good size, but I mean, look at that fist just goes in there. That is nice. So this is like the mid pipe or something. We already have down pipes, the MA Performance down pipes. So this is just gonna finish up the rest of our exhaust right here. So check this out. The exhaust is in. Let me get my light. It is in there, looking good. Unfortunately, we can't start it right now because we still don't have the gauge cluster. But let's take these little plastic pieces off. I really want to see how they look. That looks so good. Burn tip. Man, I really want to put that diffuser on. See how it's gonna poke out past the diffuser. Peter got the second one. That looks really good. Oh yeah.
Alright guys, got it put together. Check it out. Man, it looks so aggressive. We put that wing on just to see more of what it's gonna look like. But at first when I was putting it together and like all that hardware is sticking out, like look at that bolts. I was tripping. I was like, man, what kind of kit is this? But once you kind of look at it, man, you start falling in love like with this stuff because it looks really cool. Like once you step away, it's like open. You can see the exhaust inside. It's like a complete different animal. You got to get used to it. But I mean, you can see all the hardware. But we're actually gonna change the hardware to put like smaller bolts and nuts just so it looks cleaner. But man, and the tips, I'm loving the burnt tips. They stick out. I mean, just the whole rear end looks really, really, I mean, aggressive. All right, guys, so that's a wrap for this video. We're finally getting some serious progress on the car. Next video, we're gonna be installing the headlights, that front bumper, coilovers, wheels are going on, so there's a lot going on. You don't wanna miss it. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and see you guys on the next one.